Hi, friends. Miry Whitehill and Jennifer Jackson here from Our World is a Family, and we are so excited to share this book and the message of welcoming new arrivals into our communities and classrooms with you today. And whether you are tuning in from Boulder Bookstore in Colorado or Powell's in Portland, Skylight Books in Los Angeles, Boogie Down Bookstore in Brooklyn, New York, or somewhere else, we hope that you will take the message in this book and put it into action in your community to make it more welcoming for all. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Miry.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. I love your foam core art of Our World as a Family cover behind you.
Wait, there we go.
There it
is.
I flipped. This book is now 3 years in the making, from the time that we started writing it until the time that it comes into the world where we can share it with people. In that time, I've gotten to know you, and I'm so glad that we were able to collaborate on this together. Can you tell me, in your words, what inspired you to write this book?
Well, you did, my lady. I learned about Mary's List and all the incredible work you're doing with resettling refugees through, Mary's List right there. Through our parenting group that we both got added to separately, and we met through there, bonded over parenting and all of those trials and tribulations. And the more I learned, the more excited I got about what you were doing, and was wondering how we could transform that message of welcoming into a way that kids could learn. So not just adults who were actually able to choose gifts from the list to send to resettling refugees, but also what children could do in their communities to help people feel welcomed. So it was you.
Oh.
What inspired you to write this book?
First of all, I love being your friend so much, and you have helped in so many different ways since the beginning of Mary's List. So I'll just give some context for where the ideas in this book came from. I am the founder, which is another way of saying the president of a nonprofit organization, which is like a company, but it's made to help people. And we help families who are moving to the United States as refugees from countries that are experiencing things like war and violence. And unfortunately, the situation for a lot of people that come from neighborhoods in places where there is war, it requires them to leave. And it is a very difficult journey of safety. There's also situations regarding climate change and other factors that are contributing to people needing to move around the world. The work that my organization does is helping families who arrive in the United States who are seeking a safe haven from violence and persecution. The thing that I think is so important about talking with people of all ages, so not just moms and dads and aunts and uncles and grandmas and grandpas who might be able to donate money or contribute their time as volunteers, but also talking to kids. So like my children are 9 and 6 right now. And when Mary's List began, so almost 5.5 years ago, they were a baby and a toddler, and they were getting to meet a lot of people who were coming from all over the world. And I realized that children can often be the first line of welcoming for a new arrival family, which is so cool because, sometimes with adults, things like a language barrier, like if one person speaks one language and another person speaks another, it makes adults feel like awkward or like we are feeling weird. But kids are so smart that they almost don't mind if there's a language barrier, and they're able to connect with one another, not unlike some of the pictures that we see on the cover of the book, where there's, people doing things together, like dancing and playing and laughing and waving at each other. And these are things you don't need any language at all for. So I feel so passionate about this, not just the message of the book, but the book itself. It is dedicated to our children in here. Can I just read the dedication really quick? It says, "To those who were here before us, those who we welcome today, and those arriving in the future, to our children, Beckett, Ruben, and Sabo, to our beloved pile of friends, collaborators, and co-conspirators, here for you always."
Oh, beautiful.
So all of those people inspired.
And you were working with refugees all the way through this process, as you continue to do. Miry's List is a full-time organization that does not stop, right?
Absolutely. Every single month, we enroll 32 more families in our program. We will work with a family for a full year after they arrive, helping them get their home set up, get to meet welcoming people, just become more comfortable in their community. And it's really fun. I get to meet people from all over the world. And we're going to actually learn some languages that people in the Miry's List program speak in the book.
Wonderful. And they can learn more about the organization at myrislist.org, right?
Yes, absolutely. Can you tell me a little bit about our illustrator, Nomar Perez?
Yes.
And what it's been like working with him?
Well, he was
gorgeous.
Yes, it's absolutely beautiful. He was a dream to work with. Yes, here it is. And
I'll just show some of the art while you're talking.
Yes, and I will show the poster inside talking about like languages. Look at this gorgeous poster. This is the inside of the book jacket.
This is perfect for a classroom or a bedroom, and you can just learn some key phrases in a lot of different languages. And it's just a bonus. It's like a little Easter egg inside.
Yeah. And Nomar, his illustrations are so full of life and joy and color. Hi, Nomar. There he is.
Hi, Nomar.
Just brilliant. Truly captured the heart of the story that we were telling, and the soul of the work too, I think. And in the absolute joy in the characters' faces as they transition into their new homes, and what it means for people who live here to welcome newcomers into their neighborhoods, and the connections that can happen because of that.
Yeah. It was interesting to see how, you know, when we were writing the book, it was just words and then a little bit of description. But then as soon as it became Nomar's book, he suddenly gave it this life. And here are all these characters that, you know, are from his heart.
Yes. Beautiful.
I love it. What about reading? What have you been reading through the pandemic that has kept you and the family feeling hopeful? It's been a hard few years.
It really has. And I mean, I have a 7-year-old, so lots and lots of picture books and chapter books. And that has helped, I think, a tremendous amount, because so many books right now are about connectivity and community and inclusiveness. And it's just been really great in that respect. My son has also been very into a couple specific chapter books. Well, they're middle grade, actually. He's liked Wild Robot and Pax and the sequels to both of those. So that's been really fun. You can get those at all your favorite indie shops. Is there anything else that you want people to know about the book or the work you're doing?
Yeah, well, we are going to read the book together on Zoom and look at the pictures. And I guess the last thing that I want people to know before we get into the reading is that if there's one thing that I have learned in the 5.5 years of doing this work and building the Miry's List organization, it is this: everybody has something to give. Every single act of human connection, every single act of human kindness matters, no matter how small. And there are so many different ways to help. And we're going to talk about some of those ways in this book, but, you know, let's plant these seeds and then let your imagination go wild with, you know, how can you make your classroom, your playground, your art class, your community a more welcoming place for people who might feel like it's not home for them yet.
Yeah, these suggestions are just the beginning. Everybody can individualize them for your own family, yourself, your community, whatever you want to do, whatever inspires you.
Yeah. And even the smallest thing, it could just be smiling at someone and waving. Mm-hmm. They will remember that. They will remember it, and it will influence their life. And so that really means something. Should we read?
Yes. You read. I'll hold up the picture.
Let's do it. Okay. Our World is a Family by Jennifer Jackson and Miry Whitehill. Pictures by Nomar Perez. I'm going to read on my copy, and yes. Jennifer, you can hold up our picture.
I sure will.
Our great blue planet is bigger than you can even imagine. Wherever we find land and plants, we find people and animals living and growing and making a home. There are more types of people than you ever thought possible. They live in cold places, hot places, big cities, beep, beep, and small towns. Good morning. All around the world, people speak different languages. Hello, ni hao, hola, ciao, salam, alo, konnichiwa, jambo, shalom, bonjour. No matter what language they speak, people everywhere want to feel safe and loved and important. But there are places in the world where it stops being safe for people to live. Sometimes it becomes so unsafe that children can't go to school and parents can't go to work and no one can play outside. When that happens, people might need to leave home and move to a new part of the world. They might move by foot, by bus, or by plane. They might travel a very long way to find a place where it is safe and quiet. When they finally arrive, they might miss their old home. Maybe they had to leave behind special things and special people. Maybe their new home doesn't feel like home at all. When we see someone new in our neighborhood, how can we help them feel safe and loved and important? How can we tell them you're not alone? There are so many ways. You can start by saying it with a smile. You can say it with a hand. You can say it with a gift. Or you can just say, I'm here. Ik bin da. Estoy aquí. Wa ikan. Ana huna. Hineni. Je suis là. Before you know it, you'll think of even more ways to help your new neighbors feel at home. You could share a cup of tea, build important things together, cook a delicious new food. Learn to say, I love you in a new language. Duset daram, je t'aime, te amo, ani ohevotach, ana ohebok. Hug and dance and play if you want. You won't need any words at all. And they're safe in their new home. Children can go to school, parents can go to work, and everyone can play outside together. People live all over our big blue world, and together we will find a place for everyone. And then it's just lots of people holding up welcome signs in all different languages, which you can find on the poster inside the book jacket to learn more. All right. If you have any more questions about Our World as a Family or getting involved more to help new arrival families in your community, you can visit our website at myrislist.org/ourworldasafamily. Jennifer, any last words?
Oh, just thank you so much for having us. And we really hope you enjoyed the book.